Right now, Specter Aero has no drones, no inventory, and no parts sitting in a warehouse somewhere. What we do have is a vision, a team, and a plan that I'm about to walk you through. Because this is exactly the kind of video that I wish I had when I first started. Here's what most people get wrong about manufacturing companies. They think the product comes first. I'm here to tell you it doesn't. Before any drone is manufactured, you need to complete the engineering specs. You need to do all the certifications, FCC. You need to make sure that all of the capital is in place. You got to even do your market validation. That is what we're doing right now. And you get to follow us through this journey. And yet, we don't have a single drone on the shelf yet. Think about it like building a house. That's a really easy way to compare it. You got to buy the land, you got to get the permits, you got to talk to the architect, and you have to get the financing in place first. That Spectre right now is in the permitting phase, and we're going through it quickly. And that is why I'm making these videos, so you can follow along. And I'm going to show you exactly what that looks like. So let me tell you what actually Spectre has right now, because it might be more than people realize. One, we have multiple certifications already completed, tax abatements, certifications for small business, veteran-owned small business. We're already set up in a lot of accelerators for the state, and that takes many companies many years to get. We've already done it. Two, we already are right here in Reno, located with one of the FAA approved test sites. So we can do larger aircraft testing, and it's massive. And the biggest part about being in Reno is it is one of the Beyond program sites. If people don't know what that is, I'm happy to do a video just on the Beyond program. But in short, it's actually a program that it has multiple sites across the United States where drone manufacturing companies get to test their drones, specifically delivery, for beyond visual line of sight or BV loss operations in restricted airspace. Some of you have already seen Walmart and Zipline. They're delivering in the Dallas area. You have FedEx in the Memphis area, how they're delivering. AeroVironment is a part of this. Skydio is a very big one as well. So that right there is a massive leap forward just for Specter Aero. And three, we already have a team together. We have a VP of engineering with a PhD. We have our COO, the CEO. We have all of our CFO team, and we have the marketing executive already there. These aren't just placeholders. They're actual people that are ready to rock and roll. And four, Spectre Aero already has their product designs completed. We have our compact, our mid, and our heavy lift drones that are modular. We can replace and remove the arms, the optics, and the batteries for on the go. Basically, the designs already exist. We're just finishing up getting the capital to make it to the shelves. Right now, Spectre is in the middle of a $2 million seed fund raise. And I want to be transparent about that. I look at in the industry, and a lot of founders treat this as like it's a secret and it's a backroom thing. And a lot of people, especially small business, are very afraid of what happens with investors coming in. But the big thing I want to focus on, it's not some backroom mysterious action. It's just simply math. So out of that 2 million, I set aside $600,000 that's going to engineering and R&D testing. That's finishing off our optics, that's doing a lot of the testing with all of our arms and our flight control computer. That's right, we're going to have our own flight control computer, our own optics made in the United States. And one of the biggest things out of that 600,000 is obstacle avoidance. So we'll be right there on what you're used to using your drones with. Good optics, obstacle avoidance, lightweight, and affordable. But now we added on they're modular. We have another 500,000 that's just going to setting up everything in our production for low rate production or low rate initial production, LRIP. 400,000 allocated just for marketing so we can make sure that we get it out to everyone to show them there is an American solution for what was left behind from the federal ban of foreign drones. And then we have 200,000 set aside for operations. That's basically to keep the lights on and make sure that we're producing for our low rate production to get forward. Now that's the plan, and as plans always do, they slide left and right. But our plan is for 1 July coming up that we're going to start everything with our engineering, our marketing, and then right now our target is 1 October getting out our low rate production for these drones. That is actually a plan. It's not a dream, it's a reality. And really, that's not a dream. That's a schedule. Here's the part about all of this that keeps me really excited every single day for manufacturing drones. In December 2025, the federal government banned foreign drones that were not already approved. This ban didn't just create a gap, but it created a mandate for the American consumers. And now every commercial operator, consumer, prosumer is that has been using drones for looking at real estate, looking at Wi-Fi towers, farming, YouTube. That's a huge thing. Now all of those users are looking for an American alternative. And unfortunately, the alternative that is an American made consumer drone isn't here yet, doesn't exist. Here's a huge thing. We're not just entering some crowded market rushing to the bottom of dropping our prices to compete. We're filling a void that the federal government created, not us. They created this. And unfortunately, no one has stepped up to fill this void that the government created. They're not targeting those price points that actual American consumers and commercial and prosumers can actually afford. But that's where I took the risk and I started Specter so we can target that exact gap and those price points. And it's kind of funny because it seems like the timing and it made it lucky that I was here. But in fact, when I look back at everything, it's just a culmination of everything I've been doing for over the last decade is now come to fruition. So yeah, Spectre doesn't have anything right now. And I wouldn't have it any other way. That means that we get to start and build it correctly, the right way, not reactive and really adjusting. Build it from day one. On that, I'm going to film it so you guys can follow along the journey and learn from my lessons. This channel is going to document everything I just described, from the investor calls, engineering chats, to even, first flights of some of these drones. And you can see what it actually takes to engineer a drone, to have flight computers, to have obstacle avoidance, and what it takes to have top line optics. And if you follow along with us and subscribe, you're going to see every step of it. In my next videos that are coming up, I'm going to talk a little bit about the December 2025 ban. I don't want to go into too much detail because there's a lot of people out there, but I want to cover what that did and how it left the American consumer and prosumer market with a giant gap. And if these are videos that you like to watch, please follow along, subscribe to us, and we're going to hit it hard on a lot of areas that people don't normally see of what a corporation does, a manufacturing company does, or especially a drone manufacturing company does. So, please subscribe and follow along. And I'd really like to hear from everybody in the comments. Where are you from? What are you doing in the drone market? And how has the drone ban affected you? I know there's a lot of people that it's affected. There's 270,000 recorded 107 pilots out there, and I'm betting a lot of them, probably 95% of them, use DJI. So let's hear from the community, and then please follow along and you'll see how my journey goes. I'm Baz, and let's build it.